Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today is my second video that I'm doing talking about personality traits of people who call regarding infidelity. My first video was on male personality traits, but today's video is going to talk about female personality traits, meaning what type of women call me regarding their husbands having affairs. Now, my business handles approximately 350, 400 cases a year. Over 18 years, I think that comes out to a little over like 6,500 phone calls. I received a lot of phone calls from thousands of people in their time of crisis. And this is the major topic of our private investigator. You get a lot of people calling you about infidelity. So it's what you deal with on a regular basis, amongst all the other things that we do. But this is the main one. People usually call you, something's wrong with their marriage, and they want answers to it. So they call you and you find things out. I came up with two main personality traits. There's probably more, but these are like 90-95% of my phone calls. And they're split about 50-50 each on each one of these topics. So there are two main personality traits of women who call my company whose husbands are having an affair. So we're going to talk a little bit about the personality of that wife. The first personality, and this is about half my phone calls. This is the naive woman. She knows hardly anything about their affairs. He handles the money, she runs the home, and other than that, she kind of sits on the sidelines. Usually when this woman calls, the affair has been going on for a while, because she's usually lost, confused, scared. She doesn't know anything about the household. She knows nothing that goes on outside the house. He handles everything. There are usually kids involved, and she does not know what she's going to do if he leaves. This kind of woman is brainwashed by her husband. So anything she knows about the court system, he's told her, and most of that information is bad. He'll tell her things like, you're not going to get the kids, you're not going to get anything, all this property is mine. So she's a little bit brainwashed, and all the information he's given her is completely wrong. But because she's kind of the naive wife, she kind of has bought into it. So what he's done is he's brainwashed her into thinking that he's the smartest man in the world. You know, he tells her, if you leave me, you're going to get nothing, etc., etc. Now, this type of woman is a little difficult for a private investigator, and I'm going to tell you why. When you do catch him doing something, if he is doing something, and you have it on video, this is the type of woman who will start making excuses. She'll actually get mad at you for bringing her proof. She'll say things like, I mean, isn't it possible they're just friends? Are you sure that this is him? Are you sure you saw what you saw? Can this video mean something else other than what it's showing? This kind of woman is in complete denial because she's so naive and her husband has brainwashed her so much, she cannot believe what she's seeing. So this type of woman will actually hire you and then get mad at you when you actually bring her the evidence. I'm not saying all the time on the naive woman, but I've had this happen to me a lot over the thousands of phone calls, and they don't want you to bring them the truth. Because they'll say things when they hire you like, well, he's not that kind of guy and you're probably going to find nothing. In fact, I know you're not going to find anything. I'm just doing this for my peace of mind. Well, this is rarely true. This kind of woman doesn't know anything about her husband's life outside the home. She's kept in the dark, and she's allowed it. So when this kind of thing happens, her whole world falls apart, and then she becomes a very difficult client. She doesn't want to believe that this is really happening to her. This is one of the most, to be a PI, you've got to learn how to deal with people. So what you do is you show them the information, you show her the information, you give her the video, and then you have to just leave her alone. She usually will end up calling you back. She'll take the video, she'll wait 3 or 4 days. She won't confront him because she's not that kind of woman. She kind of keeps it close to her chest. And then she'll call you back and say things like, can you find out some more about this girl? Is she married? Does she have kids? Where does she live? What does she do for a living? She will do everything with you as the investigator to find out about the other woman other than confront the husband. It is the most, and I tell you, as a private investigator, you want to give people information to help them with their lives and make their lives better. This type of woman tends to avoid the information you give her, give you more work to try to convince her without confronting her husband. It's psychologically, it is, you can tell that the woman's damaged. And it is what it is. You just do your job, present the information to her, and hopefully she starts seeing things. Sometimes you never hear from these clients again. After you give them the information, they're just done. And you really don't know what happens. But my guess is, and this is a guess, I'm guessing that probably over half these women just live with it or just ignore it. Because you're dealing with a personality here that's been damaged and controlled for so long. The second type of woman who calls me, and this is another 50%, and these two are pretty much 50-50, is the controlling woman. Now, this woman's a little bit opposite of the naive woman. She runs everything. The money, the home. She's the type of woman who gives her husband an allowance. Okay, here's $40 for the day. This kind of woman gets her husband's approval for everything. She don't do anything without her permission. When I get this phone call, she's a little bit beside herself. Just like the controlling man, she spins out of control. She wants to know what's going on. She wants to see the video. She wants to get things back in control. Usually when she finds out about a possible affair, it has gone on for a while, and I'm going to tell you why. This kind of woman has scared her husband. I don't mean like physically scared, but he's a little intimidated by her. So he knows to be very careful, so he plans very carefully. Now, typically in this business, men who have affairs are reckless. They are not careful. They're easy to catch. Women were a different story. But this type of man that's married to this controlling woman, he's actually a little scared of her, so he is careful. Now he acts more like a woman to have an affair. He plans it very carefully. He makes sure there's no money trail. He just watches his back because he's scared of his wife. He's kind of like a woman in an abusive relationship, but he's the man. These controlling women marry controllable men. Couldn't marry a strong man, it wouldn't work. Now, men are men, and when they are too controlled, eventually they're going to break out. And a lot of times they go wild and do the unexpected thing. This is not like him. That's the thing the client will say. She'll go, this isn't like him. He's not that kind of man. She can't believe that she has had this much control for so many years and he's gone astray. This type of woman, she is on top of the investigation. She'll call you every day. She wants to know what you found. She wants a detailed outline of everything you're seeing during the investigation. She's completely different from naive man. When you tell her something, she believes you. You show her a video, she's like, okay, he's having an affair on me. She's real absolute. Remember, she's been in charge. So when she's dealing with me, she's in charge too. She's not going to try to she's going to try to control the investigation like she controls her husband. And that's just a personality trait. Now, these are the two male personalities that call me consistently. And this is pretty consistent. And I guess what you gather from this data is that being in the middle of those two personalities generally keeps your relationship safer. That's just the data. That's what I'm not saying this is 100% because nothing is 100%. But I'm saying when you receive as many phone calls as I have received over the years, there starts to be a pattern. I know when my phone rings and I talk to that person, within 10 seconds, they're going to meet one of those two personality traits. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe to my channel. My name is David Watson, helping people navigate through difficult circumstances.